Hey, good looking.
So we're going after the outcast leader, huh?
Would all off-duty guards return to the perimeter at once? I repeat, all off-duty guards must return to the perimeter.
Agent? It looks like the Trusons have set up an armory in the National Bond Bank. We need you to secure the location and destroy that munitions stockpile.
Time to move. I hear anyone can get in there these days. Well, feels like the world has always been like this. What the? This is gonna be good! For the person.
Classified assignment location detected.
UAV's going out.
A hostile control point detected.
Sending the UAV.
Come here now!
Shut up.
Guys, out of it!
Quick, quick, reload! Stay the fuck away!
election. I think now, it actually represents America.
Work, it never ends.
Purification tablets will be restricted until further notice. Please boil your water for at least 1 minute before consumption.
I need to call an exterminator.
Inventory in DC.
I've got a visual on some True Sons at Rayburn House. I saw activity in the courtyard.
Hope you're ready to go to New York.
Until the next time. So we're going after the outcast leader, huh?
Good to see you, kid.
What is this thing, exactly?
It's a medication that cures viral sicknesses, in the way the antibiotics cure bacterial sicknesses.
Probably would have been pretty useful 7 or 8 months ago.
Yeah, there were a couple different broad-spectrum drugs in clinical trials at the time, but mass production was out of the question, even if they'd been fast-tracked.
So where did this one come from?
We're chasing that down separately. Now, your task is to recover those doses that were shipped to D.C.
What are we
God damn
gonna
it,
do
use
with
your imagination, Bar. Who's not gonna sell their soul for a miracle cure?
Hyenas?
That's what they call themselves. Don't ask me.
Huh.
They're essentially an alliance of gangs led by a council of representatives from the toughest subgroups.
Federation of assholes.
Pretty much.
What about the True Sons?
Former JTF commander went bad. Started his own private army.
They've been the dominant group in D.C. for a while, when it comes to territory and firepower. And the outcasts?
Crazies.
That's very incisive, Brenner.
They survived a forced quarantine. Got fucked over pretty bad. They're pissed about it. Now they're on the rampage. Typical terror-style tactics, mostly. Dabbling in biological warfare.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Like I said, crazies.
Well, they're all the division's problem for the time being, but, maybe we can destabilize the situation a bit?
Hyenas are probably the best bet. Feed them some material support, they'll be a thorn in everybody's side, and they aren't organized enough to present a serious problem in the long term.
Good recommendation, Eli. I'll talk to the boss.
We had an agreement. You go your way and we go ours.
It ain't that easy. You don't get to just walk away.
Is that you talking or the Colonel?
It's General Ridgway now.
Look, you guys can go do your thing and we won't lift a finger. Look, I am not trying to drive us into shooting war with the True Sons.
Then what are you doing?
Trying to maintain our independence. Or would you rather go back to serving under General Ridgway?
No, none of us want that, but there's no reason to deliberately provoke Ridgway's people.
I have to push back. Strength is the only language they understand. If we show weakness, we're dead.
Shh, they're coming.
What if they come back?
Why would they? They already searched.
And they don't find anything. They might assume they missed us.
If we move, we're going to get caught. There's JTF all over the place out there. I'm going to the quarantine. Anybody else coming? Stay if you want, but keep to yourselves. Don't let anybody else get infected. I won't tell anyone you're here. You have my word on that. Take care.
Hello. Aaron Keener here. You might remember who I am, you might not. Either way, it doesn't matter, as I'm more important to the current scenario than you are. I've got the virus printer old Amherst used to create the green poison, and I've got Vitaly Chernenko, who just happens to know how to use it. So chase me if you dare, but think about what might happen if you get too close. No promises, but I do value my freedom more than I value your life. In a way, it's a shame the quarantine isn't still up on Manhattan. It would have been a challenge for a minute or two trying to sneak back in. But it was all gone. The boats, the barricades, everything. Hard to blame the boys for giving up when everyone else had given up on them.
Don't we have enough agencies in this country?
It's not so much an agency as a kind of stay-behind movement. A last line of defense, if you will. No hierarchy, and you'll answer directly to the president.
And I'll get to do whatever I want.
Whatever is needed, Miss Kelso. Should you be activated, you'll be given extraordinary judicial powers to...
Extraordinary judicial powers, huh? All right. Sign me up.
I'll get the paperwork started. Selection is 6 weeks from now. Good luck.
The city hospitals are filled to capacity and are urging people to stay home unless it's an absolute emergency. The White House has announced that President Waller will address the nation tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There it is, Mr. Snuffles. Think you can manage without me? Might even do you some good, you fat, useless furball.
Keep it together, Miller. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. Fuck. We're fighting the good fight. Killing and dying? For what? This country is a bust, man. Hell, the world's a bust. It's over. We lost. So what are you gonna do? I'm going back west. Going home. You're leaving? That's desertion. So shoot me! Here. I can't take these. Give them to someone who still thinks there's something worth saving. And tell the others, Nah, don't bother. So long, compadre.
Why didn't you tell us? Honey, I'm so sorry. No, you're not. You...
Ellie, don't say something you'll regret.
She doesn't care about you either, Dad. She doesn't care about any of us.
She'll be all right.
Yeah. I just...
Look, you do what you have to do, then come back to us.
Priority message to all active duty agents. Be aware that Agent Aaron Keener, call sign Vanguard, has had his agent status revoked and is now a priority target. Keener is directly responsible for the murders of several SHD agents in New York, and he is now wanted for high treason and acts of terrorism against the United States. He is armed and extremely dangerous, and it is believed that he has gathered other former agents to his cause. Priority message to all active duty agents. The individual responsible for the creation and release of the smallpox variola chimera virus, also known as the dollar flu or the green poison, has been identified as Dr. Gordon Amherst. Amherst's body has been found and identified. Post-mortem shows that he died of his own disease. End message.
So what's our situation? Give it to me straight. I don't want any of this mamby-pamby bullshit people have been feeding me about what's going on.
Mr. President, it's bad. Whoever planned this timed it perfectly. We've already got outbreaks in 22 cities domestically and 14 internationally, and the reports are still coming in.
Do we have any idea who's responsible? Or is this a natural outbreak?
Negative on that, sir. DCD has just confirmed the pathogen is a smallpox variant. There's no way that got loose where it did, when it did, without some help.
So who was it? Moscow? Beijing?
They've got problems of their own, sir. The truth is we don't know. We just don't know.
I swear, Ellis, you ever get the feeling that there's something funny going on?
There's nothing funny about this situation, Mr. President.
Knock it off. You know what I mean.
I'm not sure that I do.
It's just all of this feels harder than it should. Like there's something pushing back against everything we're doing.
You sit in the big office. There's always going to be people pushing back reflexively on anything you do. You know I've got your back, and so does the country. So worry less about the hypothetical crises, and let's deal with the real one we've got facing us right now. Well, I'm not going to say that things are good, because they ain't, but they're a bit better than they were. Doc Candell is holding down the medical end of things, which is good, and Rhodes is up to whatever crazy shit he does with the systems, and meanwhile Lau and her friend are doing their best to clean up this mess. It's a big effort. It's going to take all of us, and a whole lot more besides, but for the first time in a long time, I think we got a shot.
What the division understands that JTF command never did is that this is war. Our rules of engagement were based on the fool notion that we were policing a civilian population. Meanwhile, factional warfare was raging all around us, and we were in the crossfire. It's all because our commanders weren't out there with us. They were holed up in bunkers, staring at maps and reading reports and drawing diagrams on whiteboards, making assumptions, and getting men killed. Firing squads are too good for those cowards.
This court determines that you, Colonel Antoine Ridgway, have been found guilty of violating the Uniform Code of Military Justice for the crimes of unlawful detention, failure to obey an order or regulation, and murder. You will therefore be stripped of all ranks and titles pertaining to your service in the armed forces and detained until further notice. Mr. Ridgway, would you like to make a final statement? Very well.
Echo, nearby.
Flies. Ain't there enough dead shit in this town to entertain them?
They're an indication of how bad you stink, Bonnie. Flies are more attracted to you than to dead things.
Shut the hell up, both of you. Some of us are working here. You call staring at the motherfucking White House working? It's the opposite of working.
Nobody ever said surveillance is supposed to be fun. At least nobody wasn't a fucking idiot.
Bonnie doesn't think it's fun, but he's still a fucking idiot.
All of you, zip it. It's like being on a bus ride with a bunch of grade schoolers.
They started it.
Swear to God, Bonnie. Movement. South Lawn. Is it a division agent?
Yep. I can just make out the wristwatch.
Galveston, Bonnie, you're up. Find out where he goes.
Are you really gonna stick me with stinky McFlybait here?
Less moaning, more mobilizing. Go, go, go!
That's so hilarious.
Stay the fuck away!
Another drone! I'll track you down! There you are!
I'm ready for this.
Hostile control point nearby.
A whole army of agents like you.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Damn straps are cutting into me.
Secret lines. Cheating bastards.
Reinforcements en route. Hostile broadcast detected. Incoming hostiles detected.
Ammo! Ammo!
Watch the torch!
Shit!
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Fuck you and your friends!
Heavily armored hostile detected. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Destroy that thing!
Hostile broadcast.
Leave us alone! Stop them sights! No targets in range.
Come on, let's do this!
I've got you.
Incoming hostiles detected. Hostile broadcast picked up.
Next shot will kill you.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Hostile broadcast detected.
They're trying to get to me.
broadcast picked up.
Really needed your help back there.
That was the last one. We can do if we believe in ourselves.
Supply room access unlocked.
Thank you for showing up. Really needed your help back there. Thank you for showing up. Really needed your help back there.
Staring into space hoping for action is not my idea of
Hostile broadcast detected. Portable electronic device detected.
Hey, we found a small cistern hidden in a park on High Street. It looks pretty well maintained. What? A small cistern. Probably about 40 or 50 gallons. What's a cistern? Are you kidding me? It's like a tank. Then why didn't you call it tank? Because it's a goddamn cistern. For catching rainwater. Anyway, the point is, it looks like it's being used, so can you send somebody up here with something to poison it with? You could have just mentioned that right away instead of showing off your damn vocabulary. It's a fucking cistern! That's what it's called! Do you call an ambulance a van? No, because there's a word for it. Ambulance! Just send the fucking poison. Jesus.
Civilians in distress. device detected. Civilians in distress.
Raptor base, this is Raptor 2-7. Keep your hands on your goddamn head!
Catch on
Probably
fast,
even better if we don't discharge our...
Anybody could ever say that tastes like chicken?
The growing season is short. Being able to save some of our crops will be vital.
We've all been through enough already. We don't need anything else to worry about.
Civilians in danger.
Adding honey to our
Thanks for
diets is
saving
going to make
Jeff.
things taste a
I'm
lot
surprised
better
he lasted.
around here. Thanks for
This
helping
might
bring
really
in these
fit.
hives, Agent.
He'll be safe here. Oh, and having our own beehive won't hurt either.
Setting up a school means stability and normalcy for our kids. That means a great deal. We've got a bunch of talented musicians here who have volunteered to organize concerts. And that ought to help cheer people up.
Agent, it's a pleasure to see you.
Medical supplies are scarce. Setting up a pharmacy means we'll be able to use them to treat people more effectively.
Civilians in danger.
I hate this job.
Got their way!
I'll secure it.
System breach started. System breach, 25% complete. Rogue hive detected. Hostile broadcast picked up. System breach, 50% complete. System breach at 75%. Hostile broadcast detected. The system has been breached. Hostile broadcast picked up. Hostile broadcast detected. High threat enemy patrol detected. Reinforcements incoming.
Die!